Well, welcome to the Top Gun Show. Today, I'd like to welcome Geoff Bloss, the CEO of BCM One, the sponsor of the Top Gun Show. Geoff was appointed CEO in January of 2019 after serving as COO and CIO, respectively, for 6 years. Drawn to BCM One by the company's tight-knit culture and entrepreneurial atmosphere, Bloss previously spent his career in corporate leadership and telecom consulting positions. Bloss received an MBA from MIT Sloan School of Management and a BS in mathematical science with honors from the University of North Carolina. Geoff, welcome to the Top Gun Show.
Steve, thanks very much for having me.
Yeah, it's nice to have you on, man. So why don't you give an overview of BCM One and your services? What do you sell and to whom?
Sure. So we're actually entering our 30th year of being in business. We were founded in 1992. Our business over the course of those 30 years has gone through a number of different evolutions and iterations for who we are and how we went to market. The thing that's been consistent, though, I think throughout the course of those 30 years is we've always been a business that's really centered on enabling the voice application within enterprise businesses. So we've done that in a variety of different ways over the course of our history. I think today, when you think about BCM One, really our focus is supporting that voice conversation by delivering next-gen communication services and managed services to our clients of IT leaders and supporting our channel partners nationwide. It is business focused. We do have a full suite of services that goes up and down the stack from small to mid to large size enterprises, but really our sweet spot is that mid-size enterprise business. When you think about the solutions that we offer, so it's a suite of next-gen communication services that is UCaaS hosted VoIP, SIP trunking, and voice enabling collaboration platforms like Microsoft Teams and Zoom. And then, in conjunction with delivering those next-gen communication services, also providing the underlying connectivity. So it's IP services, SD-WAN, SASE, as well as the network monitoring, management, and optimization that goes along with that. Technology, I always say it is a technology-driven business, but it's really focused on delivering human-based solutions, right? And I think the thing that sets us apart is there are many people that are out there in market that sell a similar footprint of services that we offer. But I think the thing that has always set us apart through those 30 years is our focus on a very flexible and client-centric model. And really an intense focus on a high and world-class experience from a customer service standpoint.
Right. Great answer. Very thorough. I love it. Well, what's the vision and strategy of BCM One? In other words, where are you headed and how are you going to get there?
Yeah. So, as I said, it's always been a business that's been focused around a solid set of products in the communication space. So I think what we have focused on in our vision over the last few years has been how do we solidify that offering? How do we grow that offering, particularly in the next-gen communications front? That strategy has been accomplished, or that vision, our roadmap to accomplish that has been done both organically and inorganically. So we made a number of internal investments within our business to help strengthen the portfolio of services that we have in that communication space. But also we've made 7 acquisitions over the course of the last 3 years, primarily targeted at strengthening the offering that we have within the next-gen communication portfolio of services, so that we've got a more compelling offering to take out to our client base and particularly to our channel partners. We were recapitalized under a private equity partnership, Thompson Street Capital Partners, in 2019. And since then, we've made significant investments both internally within our people and inorganically through acquisition in the people, products, processes, and systems that support our business. And I think you will continue to see us execute on that trajectory over the course of the next 2 to 3 years.
Very nice. Well, the future looks bright for sure.
Most definitely.
Great stuff. So why is a company like BCM One even more important to IT leaders and resellers nationwide today than it has been in the past?
Sure. I mean, you went through my bio, and I'll give a little bit more on it. So, prior to joining BCM in 2012, I was an IT leader. I led IT services for one of the Berkshire Hathaway subsidiaries. And when I think of how that role has transformed over the last 10 years, my responsibilities were much more focused on cost efficiency, cost automation, taking cost out of the business through the use of technology. Today, that person that's holding that position, that's in that position today, is a far different role than I did. They're being asked to drive top line revenue. They're being asked to focus on enabling technology initiatives that bring their organization much closer to their customer base. They still have the same burden of supporting the infrastructure and operations and the core table stakes of that technology organization to keep their business running, but they've got this additional challenge of what are they doing to drive top line. And so I think the importance of an organization like BCM is we're able to come in and step into a client's organization and provide as good, if not better, overall experience with those core infrastructure and operation services, those core communication services, than they would be able to provide on their own. And the idea is by leveraging a partner like BCM, you're cutting out the need for you to engineer your own solutions together, working with a multitude of different service providers, call balls and strikes. Those IT decision leaders now have the capability to focus on things that are far more core to their business, and enable a partner like BCM to step in so that they can have a superior overall experience with those core infrastructure and operations components that they need to be able to run operationally and execute on a day-to-day basis.
That was a great answer. I would like to follow up with a whole series on how the role of the CTO has evolved and where it's headed. I mean, I think it's incredibly fast moving and changing. Who would have thought that a CTO was going to have to drive top line? That's crazy.
It's a different world. It's a much different world than the one that I grew up in, the one that I was trained in, the one I learned in. And I think that's why we're kind of uniquely positioned to be able to step in and help people out that are facing those challenges today, whether it's a partner trying to deliver those services to a client that's facing these challenges, or an end client themselves that is facing those kind of opportunities for themselves, but challenges on internal execution today.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Geoff, I know you're a big fan of the Top Gun show, and then I know there are millions and millions of people watching you right now. Why don't you tell the viewers a fun little known fact about yourself?
So very little known fact. I was thinking about this. I was struggling to come up with something. Very few people know this. I am actually a UK citizen. You can't tell by my accent, but I'm both a US and UK citizen. My father was born in the United Kingdom. And my grandparents, one was a U.S. serviceman during World War II, and my grandmother was a UK service person based out of Wales. They met, got married there. My father was born there, so he was always a UK citizen. And I decided about probably 12 to 18 months ago during COVID, looking for something to do. I did the research and actually applied to get my UK passport. So I'm now officially a citizen of the United Kingdom. God save the Queen.
I love it. I was going to make a joke about, University of North Carolina does not like UK.
No, absolutely not. Different kind of UK. Different kind of UK.
Subject.
Different kind of UK.
Thanks for carving out time out of your busy schedule to be on the Top Gun show. It's been great to meet you, and I want to wish you and your leadership team continued success.
Steve, it was a pleasure. Thanks very much for having me. You have a great day.
And thanks for watching, everybody.